Hello, welcome. This is Bill Waton with Spring Air Retracts. We'd like to show you around and see how we make the retracts. This is the shop where most of the retracts are produced. Yeah, hi Frank. What are you doing here?
Mike, I'm here to see what you're doing with all these machines and what they're all about. Okay,
well this is one of the machines we use to produce the retracts. This is an older machine, but it still works quite well.
How many tons is it?
40. It's a 40-ton punch press.
And it produces this?
That and other retract pieces,
okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw one as I walked by here, the little
one. That's the smaller one. That's quite popular with the electrics.
But this is what's been the standard for some years. Then you, and you anodize these into gold.
Yes.
Which you see down here
in the
bins.
Yeah.
And these are all the dies.
Most well.
That you make yourself.
Yeah, some of the dies. Yeah.
And you've been doing this for how many years?
25. Too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's this machine doing?
This is a smaller press that right now it's producing the little clip that goes on the end of the small retract.
Oh yeah.
Which holds the two sides together. It eliminates having to use screws and spacers and.
Yeah, you don't want to use screws in a retract.
Well, it adds more weight. And this retract you need to get as light as possible.
Right. Okay. Another die that you had to make.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, Bill, what's this machine do? This looks like it's a big automatic AccuTool.
We use this, Frank. We use this mostly for machining the round parts for the retracts, like the piston, the cap for the cylinders, things like that.
Like this?
Yes. Also, that's like a little moniteur. That's a cylinder for it.
Wow.
Mostly the round turn parts.
And it rotates around. You put tools in each piece.
Yeah. It's fully programmed and automatic, and once it's set up and programmed, it goes by itself.
Really?
Hopefully.
Yeah, of course. It's a pretty big piece, and it's got an awfully long.
Yeah, well, that's the bar feed that feeds the material into the.
So it'll do everything. It'll
do a lot
drill
of.
It and cut it off. And it falls into here. And
yeah.
Then you've got to pick them out of all this sludge.
Well, unfortunately, some more sophisticated machines, I think, have pickoffs, but we're not that.
Well, hey. This is not made for making cars.
No, that's true. Yeah. Oh, these are some of the little aerosol cans that we use for the the air reservoir in the aeroplane, and we put a cap on it, and it's sealed, and then it just has the little fitting for the hose.
What are all these little machines for, Bill?
They're air operated. This, believe it or not, is capable of about 2 horsepower pressure, and the others are 1 horsepower, little air mites. And they're excellent for sub-assembly of some of the parts.
What's this machine for, Bill?
Oh, this is what is known as a second operation lathe, that if you need other operations done on a part that comes off the automatic, then you do it over here in this machine.
I see it's got.
Yeah, this also has a turret where you can put different tools in.
This is called a Bridgeport.
Yes.
And it's worth half the money that last little machine we looked at.
Right, but it's probably one of the most versatile little milling machines that they use in a tool room today.
Fantastic.
And you can have a readout on it, we call a readout, digital readout. What's nice about it, you can have an English measurement, and then you can just flip it over to metric. Which is very handy.
Hey, Bill, this place is really neat in here. What's it all about?
This is where we do the assembly for the retracts, Frank. My wife Ivy does most of it. As you can see, these are the parts that go into the retract and assembled, and then this small block too is also added later, which finishes the retract. This cylinder goes on, and then after it's been tested and make sure there's no leaks and such, it's finished and goes ready for packaging.
But look at the multitude of parts.
Well, it's necessary if you're going to.
And you got them all in little plastic
boxes?
Yes,
yes, all organized.
How does she know how this stuff all goes together? It takes a while.
Yes, done it for many years.
Oh, wow, yeah. Hey, Bill, is this the end of the line here?
Well, this is where the product is finally put together in package for the customer, Frank.
What's it include?
Well, it includes, if it's a 3-gear system like we're showing you here, we have the tubing and the bag that we ship it in, and this is the 2 mains and the nose unit, and this is the package with the control valve and the filler and the steering arm and the wire struts and the 2 adapters and the airborne tank.
And these are the adapters that,
because you can use this retract for an oleo ready, or you can use the adapter and the wire struts.
And the wire, yeah.
So it's sort of a 2-in-1 retract.
Great. What sizes have you got in this?
Well, this is basically what we call the 60 size retract, which is probably one of the most mainly used size. And then you go to a smaller one with the 600, which is the electric. And these are some of the regular 60 size, and this is the larger one that goes up to about 35, 40-pound airplane. And here's a little demonstrator stand if you care to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to have a peek at that.
This is a 3-gear system with already in the retracted position, and then when we throw the valve, the spring takes over and pushes them out. And then, as you can see, they retract again, and they do lock in, you know.
And this is the pump?
This is an item that's sold separately, which will charge the system. And this gauge goes up to 160, but it's not necessary. The pressure we usually run at is between 80 and 90 psi.
Yeah,
we don't recommend much more than that because the lines will just pop off anyway, and then it's a problem trying to get them back on if it's already in the airplane.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Thanks for showing us.
Hope you enjoyed it, Frank. Thanks for stopping by.